In this video, we will discuss locating points on a rectangular coordinate system, or RCS. A number line shows values visually. This kind of visual representation is a one-dimensional graph. The dimension represents the distance and direction from zero. The rectangular coordinate system, or RCS, gives a graphical representation of two-dimensional values. Two number lines are positioned at right angles to each other. The line that runs left to right is the horizontal or x-axis, and the number line that runs from top to bottom is the vertical or y-axis. The location of points or lines on the rectangular coordinate system is called a two-dimensional graph. The number lines of the RCS intersect at the point where both axes measure 0. This point is called the origin, and here is a basic rectangular coordinate system. It's got the vertical y-axis, the horizontal x-axis, and the center point here where the axes intersect is called the origin. So for example, we will describe the locations of the points in the figure below by giving the amount of horizontal and vertical movement from the origin. If we look at point A here, first we see how it's displaced horizontally from the y-axis, and that is 3 units, 1, 2, 3, from the y-axis. It is 2 units vertically from the x-axis. So point A is 3 units horizontally and plus 2 vertically. B goes back 2 units, so that's negative 2 units. And it's down 1 unit, so that's negative 1 unit. C is negative 4 units horizontal. And positive 3 units vertical. And D is positive 1 unit horizontal and negative 4 vertical. Locations of points on a rectangular coordinate system can be written in an abbreviated form. Point notation uses 2 numbers to show the horizontal and vertical movement from the origin to a given point. Horizontal movement is represented by the x-coordinate and written first. Vertical movement is represented by the y-coordinate and written second. The numbers are separated with a comma and enclosed in parentheses. Symbolically, we represent the location as an ordered pair of numbers, x, y, where x is the horizontal movement and y is the vertical movement. So for example, we will now write the points in the previous example using point notation. Point A had horizontal movement of 3 and vertical movement of 2. So we just write that as 3, 2. We can make these signed numbers. We can say plus 3 plus 2, but we don't have to because we know that if we just say 3, that means plus 3. 3 is positive, negative 3 is negative. For point B, we have a horizontal movement of negative 2 and a vertical movement of negative 1. Point C, horizontal movement of negative 4, vertical movement of 3. And point D, horizontal movement of 1 and vertical movement of negative 4. And we can see that it's a lot easier to write out the points in this point notation rather than try to write out horizontal movement of 3, vertical movement of 2. All we have to do are write these points. We don't have to write out what's the horizontal and what's the vertical, because we know by the nature of the ordered pair that the first number represents the horizontal movement and the second number represents the vertical movement. To plot a point means to show its location on the rectangular coordinate system. To plot a point on the rectangular coordinate system, we start at the origin, then count to the left or right the number of units of the x-coordinate. We'll count to the left if it's a negative number, we'll count to the right if it's a positive number. From the ending point of step 2, we count up or down the number of units of the y-coordinate. Again, up if we're counting if it's a positive number, down if it's a negative number. And then we place a dot to show the point and write the coordinates to show the point. I think I just copied that straight out of the book, and I feel like that's a silly way to do it, but whatever. Okay, so we're going to plot some points now. First, we've got 3, 1. So we start at the origin and count right 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we count up 1. There is our point. This is our point A. And we write the coordinates. 3, 1. B is -2, 5. So we go back 2, 1, 2, and up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's B. We write -2, 5. C, we've got -3, -2. So we count back 3, 1, 2, 3, and down 2. And D is 1, -3. We count right 1 and down 3. Simple as that. A point that shows movement in only one direction is written in point notation by using 0 as the coordinate that represents no movement. Points on the x-axis have no vertical movement, and points on the y-axis have no horizontal movement. So finally, we will just plot these 4 points. We want 2, 0. Well, that's 2 horizontal and 0 vertical, so that's right there. 0, 2, that's 0 horizontal and 2 vertical. -2, 0, that's -2 horizontal and 0 vertical. And finally, 0, -2, so that is 0 horizontal and -2 vertical. And there we go.